Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another NIKKE reaction, the first reaction to a NIKKE song in I think a little over a week now. With all the things I've been working on recently, I've kind of gotten a little backlogged on all the stuff I've been getting to regularly, so this is another one of those. This is apparently the Old Tales ED called Unbreakable, featuring Yurisa, and I think I recognize that name from somewhere, but I cannot place my finger on it, so I assume it's something from NIKKE maybe, or maybe even another game that the same singer has worked on, or I'm crazy. All those are valid options, and I guess without further ado, we need to hear what this song's all about. Let's go! Maybe I have heard this voice. I might have to check. Her accent is like very memorable, so very characteristic. Maybe I have heard her voice. Ooh. I love that slight detuning on her voice there, actually. She did that herself. That was really cool. It's good character to the singing. Ooh. Oh. I didn't know you were allowed to start a chorus with 2 hits like that. Okay. All right, Cosmograph. Doing your thing in your element. I hear you. Pick up the speed a little bit. Very tasteful fill on the drums there too. A classic. Yeah, it didn't do it that time with the lead into the chorus. Change it up a little bit. Keep things fresh. Ooh. Calm things down a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, I'm finding myself lost in that piano part for a second there. I love the patterning on the drums in this. It's actually really fun. Ooh. Slow down to the triplet fill. A little bit of a question mark in the piano there. That was very nice. What a gorgeous bookend to that song. I also love that little trill at the end. It kind of left a question, you know, like we're not quite done. All right, Cosmograph, you got me with another banger. That was an amazing composition. Wow. Like, okay, NieN on the guitar every single time with Cosmograph. Great combo as always. Loved some of that solo stuff in there. Again, the drums too. Really powerful on the drums this time around, really making things nice, tight, and clear. Like a lot of stuff in the general composition scene when they're doing video game soundtracks, not everybody's a percussionist, a drummer. They don't really know how the feel goes. A lot of the times they do perfectly fine, but there is once in a while where you hear a song that's so well done on the drums, you're like, okay, who did they hire to do the drums for this? And sometimes they do hire actual drummers, and sometimes they don't, and they just really nail the understanding. They understand the assignment of how to write the drums for a song. This is one of those songs. This is phenomenal playing all the way around, and I literally cut away to learn that it is Senri Kawaguchi, the myth, the legend, the fucking phenomenon that Senri Kawaguchi is on the drums. So now it makes complete sense why the fucking drums were so tight and so clean and the beats were so on point all the way around. No flub in those fills. It is Senri Kawaguchi 1000%. I took a peek in the description to see if there was a drummer or if it was all just programmed drums, because either way I wanted to shout out who it was or be praising Cosmograph for making some great programmed drums. But it was Senri. It's 100% Senri Kawaguchi, and that's totally tracking with everything she's ever done. For those who are unaware of Senri Kawaguchi, she is absolutely ballistic on the kit. She can play every genre ever, I swear to God, and make it sound easy. She's so nuts. I've been following her career since we were about 14. I started following her because she's like only about a year off of me. I can't remember which direction, but she is a phenomenal player, and she made me jealous when I was a teenager, and I'm still jealous a whole decade plus later. Like, dude, she is a phenomenal player. She used to do like anime covers and stuff. I first saw like one of her ones like over a decade ago, and I was just like, what the hell? It's just, again, great. Fantastic drummer, absolutely a skilled powerhouse, and it totally makes sense. I'm sorry this video kind of devolved into me rambling about Senri, but she is just such a phenomenal player that every single time I can't help but get excited when talking about her absolute monstrosity. There are a few drummers alive and dead that I would go on about, and she is one of them. She's one of the few inspirations I have in drumming, and maybe not the most stereotypical, no John Bonham for sure, but at the same time, probably would wipe the floor with John, if I may say so. I can't help but sing her praises every time, but I promise that's the last time I'm going to be doing it. We need to get back into the main beef of this song. I also have to give credit to Cosmo for composing this. I'm not sure how much input he gave Senri on the drums for this, but if he composed the spots in there where like things were coming in off beat, that feels of like a very Senri thing, like she might suggest that, but maybe he threw it in there. I've definitely heard some songs of his that have had those characteristics, so I very well could just be his input, her input, maybe a marriage of both somewhere in the middle. But either way, phenomenal choice on a lot of those fills and a lot of those breaks. Really good drum writing all around. But then everything else as well, it just felt so good. The piano part, for example, phenomenal there. Loved the emotion in there. Loved the questions it left hanging. Loved the things it was answering throughout the song. The overall energy of this. The singer, phenomenal as well. I still have not seen if she's sung in another video, but I did have a thought about halfway through the reaction that maybe she sounds just a little bit like Cassie Way of Millie, and that may be why I'm feeling like I've heard her before. She does have a very specific tone, but they're kind of similar in a lot of ways, and a phenomenal vocalist even if I haven't heard her before. Just an amazing job here. I cannot get over how strong her voice was throughout this entire song. She was able to play with the emotional range, all those dynamics in there without trying to overstep any of her vocal range boundaries. I love it when people actually stick to their guns of their core vocal ability and quality instead of trying to push things too far, because that always ends up making things sound just like you're trying too hard. So this effortless feeling coming out of the singer here is exactly what I love to hear. I love hearing this emotional range in the vocal range. But back on the composition, just an overall thought about this. Everything that was in this song had a very specific beat to it, an exact moment that was trying to tell the story that they were going to convey, and it did that very well. I felt like I was listening to an audiobook. It was just that clear where the story was headed, where it came from, where it ended, and then it also had those things like I mentioned earlier, that little like flourish at the end on the piano that kind of raised the question, like, is this journey over quite yet? Was this solution, was this result exactly what we wanted? not sure. So, you know, throw that question up in the air. And it's honestly been a while since I've heard a song that did exactly that, like lifted something up at the end after the song is done, after we had this whole resolve at the end, things slow back down, the sound is coming back down, and you're just going, okay, so we're here, we're done. Are we? It's been a while since I've heard that "are we" section added to the end of a song, and I do love that because it makes me want more. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do, but boy am I a sucker for it. I just love that so very much. But I do think that's about all I will say, because I have definitely rambled enough in this video. Whether that's for better or worse is completely up to the viewer, but thank you all so very much for watching. If you have any other thing from NIKKE that I need to get to, I've seen a few uploads recently that are newer, and I'm not sure if any of those are worth getting to, or if there's an old favorite that I still haven't gotten to yet, please leave it down in the comment below and I will do my best to get to it. And of course, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!